Greetings, my friends. I come to you today to speak about something somewhat somber. I've spent 2 decades in the public education industry. I was placed on a leave some time ago already for failure to comply with policies related to this. I remain on a leave even though this and this are over. But that's not what I wanted to talk about. I only provide that as background. Now, what I wanted to comment on is that there's one day in the year that is special, where we honor those who were willing to give all for the cause of freedom. That day, of course, is Remembrance Day or Veterans Day. Now, for the last 2 years, there hasn't been anything that's been normal. We all know that. And so for the last 2 times, we have not had the opportunity, as we normally would, to bring the entire student body together and assemble them and have a dignified program involving veterans that we would invite in to pay respect to those who have gone before and been willing to pay the ultimate price to preserve our freedoms. Instead, the kids sit apart instead of together. They're in their classrooms and they watch a short video, and they do so while wearing the literal mark or emblem of servitude, which is, of course, the antithesis of freedom. The irony is not lost on me, nor is the hypocrisy of it, and it should not be lost on any of us. In World War I, a few famous things came out of that. It was famously known as a horrific time. Mechanized warfare began with primitive tanks. It was gas warfare. It was just really, truly horrible. And from that came a slogan: never again. Never again would we do this. It was supposed to be the war to end all wars. Sadly, though, it seems that ever since then, we really have not had anything but continual warfare in all parts of the world at pretty much any given time. There is something else that came out of World War I that was also famous, and that was a poem called In Flanders Fields. I'm sure you're familiar with it. A few months ago, I went to bed one night, and as I lay my head on the pillow, a line popped into my head. It was, "In Pfizer's fields, the masks do blow." And I thought, I have to do this. And so the next day, I got up and went about doing various and sundry things, and then sat down to write this poem. Obviously, I modeled it after In Flanders Fields. I entitled it In Pfizer's Fields. Now, many people suffered for over a year now from taking these into themselves, and they paid, many of them even, the ultimate price. They died. They believed in a greater good. They believed in doing the right thing. As I sat down to write the poem, I wasn't sure exactly where it would go. I only had the one line. And it took about 10 or 15 minutes to write, not very long. And as I wrote a few lines, I knew exactly where it had to go and where it did go. It is in memoriam, shall we say, of those who have suffered and died from this. I wasn't satisfied after writing the poem, though, with leaving it at just the poem. I was further inspired to create a painting that would accompany it. That, of course, took longer than 10 or 15 minutes, but nevertheless, I would like to present the poem to you now. I will utilize visuals from the painting as I read it to you. I hope that it has some meaning for you, or that someone near to you finds it meaningful. In Pfizer's fields, the masks do blow between the syringes as they flow. The injured do sing their song of sorrow, as the weary cry out, "There will be more tomorrow." We are the injured. Yesterday we played ball. Today we fall. And here we now lie, by officials perjured, in Pfizer's fields. Take up our cause if you dare, lest there be more, 'cause no one cared. It is the cause, now up to you. Please make it well known, so future injured be few. That the dead among us may rest, knowing that you were up to the test. Well, that's all for the reading of the poem today. That's what I wanted to share. I hope it was meaningful for you or for someone near to you. And if it was, please do share this. If you enjoyed the video, which I hope you did, please do give it a thumbs up. I do appreciate that. It helps. And if you would like to leave a comment, feel free. And as always, thank you for watching, and stay free, my friends.